Dr. Carolyn Steele Anderson was born November 1st, 1841, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She was born to Letitia and William Steele. Her parents were both very active in the Philadelphia abolitionist movement and prominent citizens within Philadelphia society. Growing up, her parents worked hard enough to afford to send their daughter to several private schools, including the Institute for Colored Youth, now known as Cheyney University of Pennsylvania. She was an exceptional student, and at the age of 15, she graduated from formal school, and the following year, she enrolled in Oberlin College, where she was the only African American in her class. She graduated from Oberlin with a bachelor's degree in literature in 1868 at the age of 19. She was the youngest student of her class to graduate. She then returned to Philadelphia and began teaching. In 1869, she married Edward A. Wiley, whom she had met at Oberlin. Unfortunately, her husband died suddenly 2 years later. In 1875, she began teaching in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., at the HBCU, Howard University. There, she taught music, drawing, and speech. While at Howard, Steele set her mind on becoming a physician and began studying medicine. She then transferred to the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania in 1876. She graduated 2 years later in 1878 with her medical degree. While seeking an internship at Boston's New England Hospital for Women and Children, she was initially racially discriminated against, preventing her from employment. She later gained that internship after meeting and impressing the medical board in person. Shortly after, she returned to Philadelphia in 1879 and became one of the first Black women doctors in the state. The following year, she married Matthew Anderson, a doctor of divinity and pastor of the Berean Presbyterian Church in Philadelphia. Upon entering their union, they became a power couple. Using the resources of the church, they provided medical, financial, and educational services to the Black Philadelphia community. W.E.B. Du Bois remarked at the efficiency of their programs, stating the Berean Church conducts a successful building and loan association, a kindergarten, a medical dispensary, and a seaside home beside the numerous church societies. Probably no church in the city, except for the Episcopal Church of Crucifixion, is doing so much for the betterment of the Negro. Throughout her life, Anderson was also involved in several social movements supporting temperance and racial equality, as well as professional organizations throughout Philadelphia. Furthermore, she helped organize Black YMCAs throughout the city. Dr. Carolyn Steele Anderson was one of the most prominent African American women of her time, and her legacy continues to live on today.